meta for NA, for EU, all over the summer with their style, with how they approach this online era. And sure, for the past few weeks, they haven't been quite as good as we did see them over the summer. But as you mentioned, Maui, these guys have it all. They've got the game plan. Their strat book is thick with 2 Cs. So they absolutely are going to be prepared for whatever MIBR throw their way. So certainly, I think the firepower question is a huge question just because we've seen Xantares be such a beast in that server. But how consistent is he going to be? I think tabseN, he's been a little bit more quiet here for the past few weeks. We know that he's been kind of not struggling, I want to say, but he's been juggling the in-game leader role and being a huge firepower in that server, right? So I'm curious to see how tabseN kind of turns it around this weekend as opposed to what we saw at DreamHack Open Fall.
Well, so before we actually get rolling with more analysis here, let's do it right. And doing it right means we know what maps they're actually playing on. So let's go ahead and head into our Vito phase here and make sure that we know which maps are going to be coming up first.
Yeah, so the bans that we should be seeing here coming out for both these teams is mibr have kind of experimented with it, I think, just a little bit, but probably Overpass is a map that they don't want to be facing big on. And I would say for the big side, they've been banning Train almost every single time unless they can float it, and I don't think that's an option they feel like they have today. So probably Overpass and Train to ban things out to start.
Yeah, now my biggest question coming into this is, was Big going to lean onto their Dust 2 once again, just because that is the map that they always tend to pick right off the gate? But, you know, I'm not sure. You know, Dust 2 and Mirage being Big's best maps, and that's the maps that you don't really want to test the waters versus a new team that seem to be on the up and up right now in MIBR.
Yeah, for sure. I'm really curious if mibr are going to be going with Vertigo or Nuke here. Okay, so we do see the Mirage pick coming out from Big, and like Christine said, that's definitely a strong map for them. It's a map that they've kind of felt out to be a home map for them lately. Lately, it's been a lot of Dust 2 picks or Mirage picks, and that is just a solid one for them. And let's see the mibr pick. I'm gonna think it's okay. So it's Vertigo there, and that's a map that they have looked incredibly strong on. They've always taken teams the distance on that, if not just winning it outright against other teams. So that should look really good for them. You can really expect to see TRK coming in huge for them, especially in mid-late round situations. He just breaks that map down so well.
Which is surprising, right? Being a new team. I mean, Vertigo, MIBR almost beat Astralis just a couple of days ago on it, being up, I think, 14-8. Now, sure, they did end up losing that map, but the amount of character building, the amount of mistakes that they're going to realize what they can turn around in a short amount of time, that's quick turnarounds for MIBR. I think they're going to be a lot more prepared on that map today than they were versus even Astralis.
All right, so Big are going to be banning Nuke here with their second phase ban, and that's a map that MIBR have also showed some comfort on, so it's maybe a little bit of a counter pick right there. MIBR has been tested on Inferno just a little bit, but I expect MIBR to